Yo, what's going on guys? It's your boy WhipWhyWin back at you with another deck profile. Today we'll be covering at Ignister. Okay, so this build is a little bit different to your regular at Ignister build. It's less focused on having so many negations on your opponent's turn and more breaking your opponent's board and OTKing them in that one turn. I find this deck can summon a lot of monsters and it has a lot of OTK potential, and with all the space you can run in this deck, you can easily break your opponent's boards and maybe even steal a monster or two. Okay, so let's get straight into this. To start off, we've got one Danmari. I did consider cutting this, but in those games you can't end it quickly and you get the link 6 out, then it can be good. Although once you do get that link 6 out, it's pretty much you've already won. Picari ad Ignister, this card's great. Always want to draw into this. Same with a Chi-Chi. Then for your searchable low level ones, you've got Baruru, Doyen, and Hiari. Baruru should definitely not be as expensive as it is. It's only a one-of in pretty much all builds. Got Chiari. This card is actually amazing, and if you're gonna run 2 of any of these one-ofs, then I definitely recommend this one. For some generic monsters, we've got Alpha the Master of Base. This card returns your opponent's monsters to hand, which is generally back to the extra deck, although sometimes it can actually not matter if it's going back to their hand because you're gonna destroy them in that one turn. Also, you can summon it if your opponent still has more total attack of their monsters. It's only the other effect that has a once per turn, so that's an amazing ruling you can use to your advantage. Nightmare Corruptor Ibly, for those times you do go first, this card can completely end some games, and if it doesn't work against your opponent, you can easily just side it out for game 2 and 3. Ignister Island, this card's amazing, so we're also playing a terraforming to search it, and AI Contact, if we can easily get it to our hand, so this can be pretty much a pot of greed that's searchable. AI Meet You, this card's amazing. It can get you your starter, either getting you a Chi-Chi or Picari. AI Idol Reborn, this card's amazing. Less important for this deck because it's more OTK rather than combo and then grind your opponent off your strong board. Although it still is a great card and it does have attack boost. Cyanide Mining, of course, you just need to get that combo starter, and then it doesn't matter how many cards you've actually got in your hand, you can just full combo off that one card. Forbidden Droplet plus Evenly, this combo is amazing. Dark Rule and more I'd like to play, but unfortunately your opponent takes no battle damage, and if this deck's all about OTKing, then we need them to take battle damage. Forbidden Droplet also halves your opponent's attack, so if you don't have Evenly, then you can still easily run over them, which is amazing. Triple Tactics Talent, they respond to Forbidden Droplet because you didn't want to send a monster. Then you can now take control of, let's say, their Dragoon, and you now have Dragoon on your board, 2 pops and inflicts burn damage, plus an Omni Negation for any of their other effects. Then we're also playing the Dragoon package over the Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer one, just because this deck isn't very bricky and Dragoon's more powerful, and if your deck already doesn't have problems with consistency, then it's definitely a better option to play Dragoon rather than Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer. Okay, onto the extra deck. It's pretty much the same as this deck profile I showcased last month. I'll leave the link up here. So we've got the at Ignister monsters, the big monster, 5 Phoenix. You could cut, although it does. You can't actually cut it because you've got AI first met you. And that searches a Chi-Chi, and if you don't have it in your deck, then you can't search a Chi-Chi. So you can't actually really change much of this. You could not really cut Dark Infant down to 1 because you go into it so often, especially even like every turn you go into it. But you should be able to end the games quickly, so that's why we don't need 3. Barrel Sword, amazing OTK enabler. Not really an enabler, but allows you to OTK easily. Access code, again, allows you 5300 attack with a ton of destroys. Transcode Talker, this card's amazing. Again, very easy to make OTKs off this, plus you can also go into access code from it. Update Jammer, this card's amazing. Splash Mage, we don't actually play 2 anymore because we're not going into that term, hopefully not going into that term 3 or 4, which means we only want to play that one Splash Mage. Cyburst Wicked, this card's amazing. If something doesn't go to plan, you do actually want to have some backup options, and you don't really have them in the main deck, which is why we do have a couple of cards in the extra deck which aren't built towards OTKing. And finally, we've got Vertae Dragoon. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's deck profile. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.